Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist. Today is Thursday, April the 26th, 2018. We'll try to make this video very quick. All right, so looking at the Bitcoin futures, trying to stabilize her. It's been an up and down thing, as you can see on the daily chart. Started off up, then 2 days down, and now trying to get back green again. On the weekly chart, all the market needs to do is close above 84.43 to maintain bullish momentum and possibly see the market get above the 10,000 mark, possibly as early as next week. So we'll see what happens here on this one, but it's been weird to say the least. Markets have been hitting up against resistance. Seems like everything's been down at the same time and up at the same time. It's just one of those things. So Bitcoin is still in retracement mode off the lows. We'll see how far and wide this will continue. So far, the rallies aren't being totally destroyed. They are being sold, but then those sell-offs are being bought right back up again. So it's been very interesting to see these markets. All right, looking at the Dow futures. All right. The indexes have been really crazy too. I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and tell you that I think that a sell-off is still on the table. You remember the charts I showed you the day before, and it just appears that the markets are really struggling here. And what we have now is a scenario where the Dow futures need to close above 24,328 tomorrow, or this is going to open up selling, and it could drive the market down here toward this trend line support, which is at 23,257. All right. So you got about 1,000 points to shed if that happens, maybe even possibly more. More. We shall see. But right now, it's looking like the sell-off is here. Looking at the NASDAQ 100 now, this one is been the trickiest. We did get long in the quid the other day and then stopped out. Then the market proceeded to sell off again after the close. All right, so this is 2 days in a row where after the close and extended hours trading, the quid falls apart. Also, looking at the NASDAQ 100 futures, you can see that on the weekly chart so far, we have formed a pointer. Now, I showed you yesterday that this here is the most critical pointer on the chart right now, and the market has yet to come down and fill that, test it. We're getting close though. All right, market's hitting that oversold, overbought here on the weekly chart, and on the daily chart, it's been a little interesting. Looking at the daily chart, you can see the market has now gotten back into the Kumo cloud, all right, of death. So with that being said, you still have a situation where you have these leftover pointers right here, and you have these from back here. And you're up against resistance now. Now, it's kind of laying there flat. All right, we don't have a situation like this where it locked in for a few weeks before rolling over again. So this one is a flat one, and the reason being is probably because it's right smack dab center in the middle of the Kumo cloud. All right, so there is a possibility that we could get a kind of like not a blow off top, but a spike rally next week. And the reason I say that is because if the market closes above 66.69 and a quarter this week, then it has bullish momentum to carry over into next week. But it's having a problem with 6,800. 6,800 in the futures is proven to be a pretty strong resistance area where the market can't seem to stay above it, as you can see back in here. I'll highlight for those that don't get it. All right, back in here, all right, the market had a problem with the 6,800 here, here, and here. Couldn't hold it. We rolled back over again. So with that being said, you can see the case is being built that this is not necessarily a strong rally. We're still in a downtrend channel. Now, let me flip it over to the quid for you so you can see another interesting issue that we have going forward. All right, what did you see back here? We had a gap. Let's highlight that. All right, so we created a gap here, which the market filled. All right, now we have created a gap here. All right, gap down. Tomorrow, the market could possibly run up and fill that gap if the market sells off significantly. All right, if not, then we'll get another one of these, maybe down here, heading a little lower, and then we take off the following day. So let's come over here, and it'll look like this. Next day, which will be Friday, and then Monday or Tuesday, we head up here above the Kumo cloud again. Why do I say that? Because you have a sword here, which is a pointer right here. This is a key pointer. Got to fill that gap, got to run. I do believe that the quid is going to get back above 13 again, but we may have an opportunity to buy it somewhere in this zone here between 1150, somewhere around there, somewhere around the 1150 zone, 1175, somewhere around in there. We'll have a chance to get long again and then trace this up. Okay. Now, for those of you that say, well, you know, I like the SQQ. All right. Well, let's take a look at the SQQ and see what's what. S triple Q is on the daily chart. You got the same situation going on, which you should if you're going to track the index correctly. You got the gap here that needs to be dealt with. All right. And you got the pointer. And prices are in the Kumo cloud. So on the daily chart, you can see where the action is taking place. On the weekly chart, the chart's a little bit more messed up on these because of the way they're structured and the way it's been down. But as you can see here, I'll go back to the daily chart. This market has been down for quite a while because of the bull market that we've had in the equities. But as you can see now, the market has to fill this gap here. All right, so this one right here has been filled on this last run up. So another issue that's happening too is the momentum cross that I was explaining to you the other day too. Doesn't look like we're going to quite get that based on how we close tomorrow. Anything can happen tomorrow. Take Back Friday is not necessarily going to be in effect only because the markets have been chopping this week. All right, so it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens. You know, we've been right in the middle of earnings season and there's so much is going on. Markets are trying to digest what they're going to do. And they don't know what they're going to do. Here are bonds. All right, bonds started to retrace today. All right, starting to recover, bouncing off the new low of 141.17. All right, in order for this market to put in a true bottom, it needs to close tomorrow above 144.06. That's not going to happen. Therefore, we see more downside potential coming for next week. All right. Haven't hit a bottom yet on the weekly chart. Taking a look now at crude oil. Crude oil's been taking a break at that 69 handle, having a problem with that, haven't broken it yet, but is in a good position to do so. Needs to close above $66.15 tomorrow, and it can store more energy to take another run to the top. Dollar index on the weekly chart, still in retracement mode off the lows. Needs to close above $90.25 or 90.25, and I think we'll do it. You can see here it's in the overbought zone, but could lock in. If it locks in, then it should test and or take out that 92 handle as early as next week. We shall see. Taking a look at gold and silver. Gold and silver has been very disappointing. Gold has now turned further down in this long, wide range that we have, testing the bottom of the range now. In order to put in a short-term bottom, the market needs to close above 1337.20 tomorrow. Not impossible, but just not likely right now. It looks like this market's going to test the longer-term trend line support down at the 12.99 level. Yep, that means that gold is threatening to drop below 1300, folks. Silver, no better, actually worse. Silver is below the Kumo cloud of death. Trend lines are below the Kumo cloud of death. Was hoping that we would get a momentum cross, but we didn't get that. Instead, the market is looking like it wants to fall off of a cliff. Needs to close above $16.70 tomorrow in order to put in a little short-term bottom here. And if it gets really going, then we can get a momentum cross tomorrow, and then, all bets will be off, and this market will be back into a bullish position. So we shall see, but again, not likely. These metals have been really weak and been really smashed down as of late. All right, so with that being said, tomorrow's Take Back Friday. Anything goes. We shall see. In my opinion, I think that we will see a normal Take Back Friday, a quiet day, setting up for a huge possible Black Monday. So we shall see. All right, that's all I got for now. Remember, pulsewavetrading.com. Take advantage of the 7-day free trial and take advantage of the free study course that comes with your subscription. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace.